Colorado, brother. Proposition. My hair is messy, bro. So just don't even. That's not what we're here today to even talk about or discuss or whatever you want to call it. I'm here for a quick live, and then I'm probably going to do like a short video on this topic later on, man, on my channel. It's something that I've been thinking about for the past couple of days, man, after the election happened, man. So just trying to get the people's insight on how you actually feel about Proposition KK, man. How do you feel about being taxed on top of a tax for something that is a Second Amendment right? I mean, it is seriously annoying to me that they kind of tie these props up or these laws up within other type of things, kind of confusing the voter when it comes down to it. But 6.5% is what we're looking at, man. Might not be a lot to you guys. And in general, it's not a big number. But being that they only talk about the 6.5% and not the already 11% or 10% from the federal, and also the whatever local place you're at. I'm in here in Colorado Springs, like I'm talking about Colorado. So whatever your local tax is, plus that 6%, plus that 10%, we're looking at about 22%, bro. If you really think about it, if you look at the metrics and you figure out how things go, we're looking at about 22% tax on firearms. And honestly, I feel like it's a grab. They say that it's not a grab for the consumer, but if you think about it, who do you think that is going to fall onto when we try to support our local shops? I don't think it will have much effect on the bigger boys, the bigger companies. We're talking about your Shields, your Dicks, and that's a sporting store, y'all. I'm not being vulgar. Your Cabela's, your Sportsmen's, your Big R's, things like that. It's not going to truly affect them. So we will see. This is something that's going to come into play around in April. So we have up until then to kind of contest those things and kind of give it a little bit of nudge or pushback. But I value my local shops, man. I love them. I want to support the guys that are there. And they honestly just have the best things, bro, that you can pick up when you're looking to protect yourself. So do I think that it's fair that this law has come into place that is going to jeopardize their ability to provide that service for the community that really is set in place to give us the best, bro. If I can explain it in that manner. Obviously, we're on YouTube, so I'm not trying to go into crazy grave detail on a lot of these things, but it hurts the consumer on the end. My local shop, my favorite shop, SS, SD. We won't go right into their names immediately, but S&D, man, this is gonna really hurt their online sales, bro. And I don't know if you guys understand that, or even if the community understands that, the two-way community, like if they have to charge $30 to $40 more per item, what is that gonna do to their ability to compete with other stores around the nation, even if they actually have the equipment that most of those stores don't have? Like S&D is a Staccato certified dealer. So if they have to push those items out at a higher cost, what do you think that is going to do to their overhead per se, their ability to have their workers have adequate pay, man? It really sucks that we're turning into like California. I feel like when I first moved here 10 years ago, man, it was a pretty country place, or let's not say that, let's say a calm place, man, where there wasn't really too many issues with this type of topic, at least not coming up at the repetition that they do right now. Right now, this topic comes up every time an election occurs, locally and obviously nationally. And it seems like they pretend like it's not towards the end user or towards law-abiding citizens like myself, man. no matter what your depiction may be of a person like myself, I am a legal card holder. I have been for about 8 years, man. I follow the law to the T. I understand what is legal and what is not. And like I said, I get adequate training. I actually go to the range. I'm not just a person who picks up a firearm and just plays around with it on YouTube and things like that. I'm looking into getting into some USPSA as well, man, like a lot of my boys on YouTube, man. You can check me out. I'm John Wick, man, on there as well. John Wick 2.0 on there as well. If you're tuning in to me right now, maybe you do know, maybe you don't know. Colorado has passed Prop KK, which is attacking the local stores. I don't see it having much effect on the big boxes. And as of now, I don't know if it actually even has an effect on the online sales. But locally, it has an effect on your ammo, your accessories, and your firearm purchases. So 6.5% might not be a lot, like I said earlier, to somebody who is buying something that is like 500, 600 bucks, things like that. If you see my page, I'm not like a super high end type of guy, but I'm in the middle tier. So my platforms usually range between $1,000 and above. I have some that are lower, but at $1,000 and above and having to get everything for those platforms, we're talking about hundreds of dollars in taxes that are going towards a great thing. But since they're not able to get the funding that they need to get from the government, they used to get funding from the government for these particular avenues or things that they're trying to say that we need to pay. So, and I'll give you a little knowledge on that. So, Colorado has in law where if someone becomes a victim to violence from a firearm or anything like that, they have the ability to receive compensation from the state. It basically was from the federal government, but the federal government has pulled that funding, so they have decided to pull that funding from another place, calling it a sin tax. And I don't feel like it's a sin to have your Second Amendment rights, especially for somebody who goes through all the processes to get these things in the first place. We've already paid. We've already went through background checks. Why do we have to pay for victims? Like I said, sorry that they are victims, but why do we have to pay for victims if we are law-abiding citizens? How come they can't figure out some type of way to make the assailant's family or the assailant pay, whether it is relinquishing property, liens on the home, vehicle, whatever the case may be? Why does these things always fall back on the people who actually do what they're supposed to do? I would love some comments down below, man, from the few people that are in here if you have anything to say about this topic. But it's a stressor because it's like you go through these processes to follow the law, and I'm going to do that anyway, man. That's just the type of person that I am. Like I said, no matter what you may feel like, how I look or whatever the case may be, I'm going to follow the law. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I am in the right in any of these situations. I don't see why it is my fault or my problem when someone goes out of their way to do something illegal. I have to pay for it. I have to be the one on the end carrying this stuff on my shoulders. And obviously not just me alone. Anybody in this great state or in this great country who has to face these type of things. I know that California has this same type of law in place to where they're getting taxed on top of the tax just because of criminals that are not going to follow the law anyway. You put all these different things into flourishing that we have to follow, and I continue to comply. As I said already, I want to continue to make that a statement because we are on YouTube and we know how they feel about these particular topics. But for me to have to pay an extra fee, basically like insurance for someone who gets hurt from someone who was breaking the law. I can see if I had to get, and they wanted to do this before, and I had an issue with this as well, but I did not drag it as much. Like, I can see if they wanted us to get some type of Like you would get homeowners insurance, something that maybe costs maybe $10, $20 a month. If I had to pay that, so be it. Just in case I was in a situation that harmed someone, whether it be justified or not. I can see that being more reasonable than doing a sweep across the board type of tax. What's going on, David? A sweep across the board type of tax on the community based on criminal activity. I'm thankful that Donald Trump is the president. So hopefully he can manage to get a grip on this chokehold that these different states are putting us in when they try to inhibit our right, man. Period. So it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And I'm in Colorado, which is basically a sanctuary state for the migrants, the immigrants to come in and just live normally and just cause destruction, man. If you guys have been keeping up with like Aurora and things like that, we've seen a lot of destruction. And not to mention these same local shops that I'm talking about, man, they have went through HE double hockey sticks. They went through hell with these decisions that are made by the politicians as far as being targeted by these immigrants. And I'm not just saying that. These are things that have been proven. Breaking into these shops, destroying them, causing property damage, and taking property. And now they are faced with another dilemma, another task, which is being able to keep up with the online demand and just keep up with the big box shops. Like I said, I love my local shops that I go to. Now I feel like I can say we're 11 minutes in. Spartan Defense is a very good shop. S&D, SDS is a very good shop. What else? Specialty Sports is a very good shop. Springs Armory is a very good shop. Triple J, is a very good shop. And I don't really do much business or work with them, but they're a very good shop from what I can see. And it really pisses me off, man. Like I said, that they're being attacked like this. And I know that I personally can afford the 6.5%. But what about the people that are out there that are new to this community who just really want to protect themselves? What about the mom who works paycheck to paycheck, who has to take care of her children, who wants to still be able to protect themselves? They work at nighttime, they go out to the vehicle at night, and they want to make sure that they can make it home safely to those children. Why does she have to be put into a position to have to choose groceries over protecting her family? Makes no sense to me. If you guys have any knowledge on Prop KK or any knowledge on or any suggestions on what I can, you know, pass on, play telephone operator with my local guys on what we can do to kind of combat that type of thing, man. It sucks. It sucks. I don't mind the big box stores, but again, it's nothing like supporting your mom and pops, man. And of course, they're not moms and pops, but you get the analogy. There's nothing like supporting those guys that are around you who you can see every day, who you can have a one-on-one dialogue with, who you can have some camaraderie with, man. So go out and train with and things like that. They've already made it a little bit harder for people who are just now trying to get their concealed carries license. And luckily, I don't have to deal with that for a few more years at this moment. I think I'm cool until 2027, 2028 right now. But I'm really hoping Trump comes in and passes that law that all around state reciprocity for the card holders. And I really don't even have a problem with their added requirements to be able to carry concealed, because I already do those things. I already go out to the range. I already train. I'm already very proficient with the platforms that I have. I don't have any issue with that. But with them putting a tax on ammo, putting a tax on all these other things, it does make it difficult for somebody who is fresh within this community to actually compete. Somebody who's out here really putting in way more time than I am on their craft, man. It's already expensive to buy ammo. And if you are competing in USPSA, you can run through 250, 300 rounds in a session, and they're going to maybe 4 matches a month, I would say. Most of the guys. I know some guys who are out here way more than that, but let's say 4 times a month, every weekend you're going out, you're talking about 1,000 rounds per month, and then being taxed 22% on those things. Added 22%. So they're adding 6.5, but 22% total, from what I'm understanding. Like I said, we are all across the board, across the whole United States, being taxed 10% for these things. And then whatever your state tax is already on these items, you have that. But like I said, with an added 6.5, I think they wanted to do 11, but it kept getting shut down and shut down. So 6.5% of our of what we have to pay on these things is actually going to that fund for the victims of violence that we did not commit violence against. It might seem like I'm running around in a circle, man, but I'm seeing new people come here. So this is not anything that I want to get like sympathy for or like pushed around into I wanted to get in the algorithm, actually. I'm not going to say I don't want to get in the algorithm, but I'm not caring about like receiving a YouTube check off of this or anything like that. I just want to get as many people knowledgeable about this situation that we're going through here and the effect that it has on the local community that I'm a part of, man. The Second Amendment, the two-way community. So it sucks, dude. Especially when some of these shops are like acquiring new retail stores. The place that I love going to, I know that they continuously focus on expansion, so that they can have that outreach, give those classes, provide those specialty items for the community. It's going to be hard for them to do those things. So it's like a trickle down effect. With them not being able to, with them having to pay that extra tax, they won't be able to give us the exclusive things that the big box stores just don't care about even having. They're going to have your Glocks, your SIGs, your Smiths. But I'm into like 2011 style platforms. I'm into more of hard to get items, I guess I can say. And it's going to crush them, bro. It's really just going to crush them. It sucks that it's going to do those things to those people, man. So if you guys can, if you want to show your support, man, go check out Spartan Defense. Go check those guys out, man, and show them a little bit of love. Check out my page, man, John Wick 2.0. Show me a little bit of love, man. Get it around in the algorithm. What we're going through here in Colorado, man, and just try to lend your support as much as possible. That means the most to me over anything else that you guys can do, is just lend your support to the Second Amendment community. If this is what you're into, and realistically, everybody should be into those things. If you really look at what the Second Amendment represents, man, it's more than just having a firearm. It's more than just showing it off on YouTube. It's more than just what you guys may see in media, especially social media. Like I said, it's that mom who has to go out and work that third shift. It's that single grandmother that is living by herself, obviously single, living by herself, that has to live in a high crime ridden area. It's not just about having fun, man. So I know a lot of people don't like the presidential shift or the regime that we're in right now, but I love it. I know that if it would have went the other way, it would have been very difficult on our community. And I'm very appreciative of where we sit right at this moment. But there's still a lot of work to do. And this community seems to always be under attack, even though we are not the criminals. If you are literally in this community, bro, you are not a criminal. There are so many background checks that you have to go through to be a part of this this God-given right that you have. Which you shouldn't have to go through this many loops and hoops. But again, I don't have an issue with that because, like I said, it puts you in a category that people know that, like, okay, I know that he had to get his background check ran. I know that he had to go through a waiting period. What can, like I said, what can we possibly do to make the rest of the community, the rest of the world feel like we are responsible, bro? Literally, we're not the ones out here terrorizing the community. We're not. That's not what's happening here. So I'm out of here, guys. I would appreciate it if you guys float this around, or if you at least just take a look at Prop KK in Colorado. In the comments, give me your thoughts. It's worth more than a penny to me, because right now we're at a standstill. I'm at a loss for true words that you can even hear from this video of what to actually do or what to actually even suggest towards those different entities that are in my state that I hold dear to my heart and to the community, bro. My page is going to survive. What I'm doing, I'm going to be able to maintain and just continue to flourish. But it's going to be difficult for those guys to make an honest living. It's kind of like they're forcing those people out of business. Even on this platform right here, man, they have a difficult time with being able to demonstrate what they have to offer. It's not that they're promoting any sales, and I'm never promoting any sales at all. But they can't even show what they have to offer without jumping through hoops. My page personally, even for what I show, I have to jump through hoops just to get my video monetized properly. I shouldn't have to do that because I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not running around here pointing firearms at people. I'm not running around here not respecting what these things can actually do to a human life on both sides. So it's John Wick 2.0, man. Always hold the door open for the next man. It takes nothing to be a gentleman. Respect the two-way space. Respect the community. Hey, follow my page. Check things out, man. I love you guys.